Hey guys, Kenny here. I got a question and answer video that um Jon Dorn wants me to do for about the movie District 9. My friend John Paul Dorn or Jonathan Paul Dorn. So I'm gonna do that now. Let's see. He asked, would I consider, hold on, wait, what do you think of the MNU section of the film where they are experimenting on Wiccas? I thought that was very, very intriguing and also very relevant to the this day and time that we're living in. That science can also have no morals when it comes to things like that. And so I was really into that section of the movie. I loved how that was worked on and how much care was taken into doing that part of the movie. And another question, how do you feel the opening sequence was handled? Did I understand that the movie was setting up an alternate reality where humans first made contact with aliens in the year 1982? Yeah, I felt that was uh, I felt that set up the whole rest of the movie very, very well. It made that helped give it a very grounded feel and made it also more realistic. I think if that wasn't there, we wouldn't we would still feel for Wickus and Christopher, but we really wouldn't understand why this was going on in the first place. So I thought that was done very well. It let you know what's going on and where it's being set at. That really did help the opening sequence. When did I first see District 9? At a movie theater or on Blu-ray. I first saw it back in August, around the time it first opened. I can't remember the specific date, but it was at the theater when I first saw it. So, I hope that answers your question, John. What are your thoughts on the film being set in South Africa? South Africa? That made sense. I really did like that it was set there. If it were set in America, I we would still buy everything that's happening, at least, and I would, but it wouldn't feel it wouldn't to me it wouldn't be as impactful and important like it is now if it were set somewhere else. What are your thoughts on the character dynamics between Wickus and his wife and father-in-law? The dynamics between those three was very, very good. I really bought it that Wickus and his wife were in love together all these years, and they really felt it. They really had a genuine affection for each other. The father-in-law, however, the relationship between him and Wickus, and it really didn't seem like the father-in-law really cared for him much at all, besides promoting him to be the head of this operation of trying to evict all the aliens. The father-in-law, he really did seem a little cold-hearted. It was like he didn't really care for Wickus personally at all. And that's all I can think of about the father-in-law. And Wickus himself, he did seem at first like he was, yeah, he was out just doing Emanu's bidding, not, he felt bad and sorry for the aliens, but he couldn't really do anything to try and save them at that moment, at that point before he got infected. So I think that's all I can think of on that. Do you think Wickus had much sympathy for the prawns prior to his transformation? Well, I kind of answered that a little earlier, but I'll go into a little more depth. As he was going around to each of the shacks, he was talking to them like almost like a military person in a way. So at that point, I don't think he had sympathy for them. He understood why they had to go, and it was like he really didn't want to try and do that to them, but he knew it was a part of his job. So really at that point, I don't think he felt a whole lot of sympathy for them. And you're right, he's not a prawn hater, but he was unwilling to go along. Oh, yeah, once his left arm was infected, and then he had to do that little practice shooting in that gun range with the alien weaponry. That's when he really started feeling sympathy for the prawns. In my opinion, that's when he became someone. He turned into someone who actually wants to help them. Tell me what you think of the scene when the scientist wants Wickus to shoot the alien. Oh, that was heartbreaking. I kind of answered that, but I'll go into a little more depth. It was heartbreaking seeing Wickus having to do that. I think I almost cried the first time I saw it. Before I actually shot, and then after he shot it, Wickus kind of did a little moving back and forth, and that made me a little choked up. So that was very touching, seeing him not wanting to do that, but because he was getting to feel sympathy for the prawns, and also I think it was because he was changing into one of them that he didn't want to shoot a prawn as well. So I hope these answers are good enough for you, John. That's all I can think of at this point. And you said you would also have some more questions for me as this goes along. I think it'd be like answering questions through specific points during the movie. So I look forward to doing the rest of these with you. So stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.